Everyone, welcome to Hamska Academy. Today we are going to learn about political parties. What is the importance of political parties? Let us see here. In the political parties, in grade 9, we have learned about political parties in several regions, several countries. We notice the role of political parties in the rise of democracy, in the formation of constitutional design, in the electoral politics. That all we studied in grade 9. So now we are going to look at political parties as vehicles of federal sharing of political power. They act as negotiators of social divisions in the arena of democratic politics. Before concluding this tour, let us learn about the nature and working of political parties, especially in our country. How the political parties work, how we look at the political parties' nature of work. We begin by asking two questions. One is, why do we need political parties? How many parties are good for the national and regional political parties in India? What can be done about it? Because why do we need political parties? Political parties are not easy, one of the most visible institutions in a democracy. The political parties are easily one of the most visible institutions in democracy. For the most ordinary citizens, democracy is equal to political party. For a common man, for an ordinary citizen, democracy means political party. If we travel to the remote parts of our country and speak to less educated citizens, you could come across people who may not know anything about constitution. They might not even have any idea about the constitution or the nature of our government. But chances are there that they would know something about our political party. At the same time, this visibility does not mean the popularity. Most people tend to be very critical of political parties, which means political parties are the easily visible signs of democratic setup. Most of the people, the less educated, ordinary citizens, feel that democracy around uneducated people might feel that political parties is democracy because they might not have any idea about the constitution and its setup. Most people tend to be very critical of the political parties. They might be criticizing the political parties. They tend to blame parties for all the things that are going wrong with the democracy and our political life. So the common people, mostly uneducated people in the remote areas, feel that everything that is going wrong in democracy is happening because of political parties. Parties have become identified with social and political divisions. We also know certain political parties have strong implications with certain set of people. Therefore, it is a natural to ask, we need political parties at all. About 100 years ago, there were few countries of the world that had any political party. 100 years before, from now, if you see, there were no political parties. Now there are few that do not have political parties. But why did the political parties become so omnipresent in democracies all over the world? Why the political parties have become so crucial, so important in any country in the world today? The answer for the political parties is what they do, where, before we get into the details of that. So let us see first the meaning of the political party. A political party is the elections, they contest the elections to hold power in the government. Means they will form the government. They agree on some policies. The second important point is that they come up with some collective good. They come up with some programs. They come up with some policies which will benefit all people in the society. Since there can be different views on what is good for all, so definitely it is very, very important to discuss what is good to for all. So the parties try to persuade, try to convince people why their policies are better than others, because there can be different viewpoints. Some people might say dams are good, some people might say dams can cause damage to our houses. So the parties try to persuade, convince the public why their policies or the party stands are very good. They seek to implement these policies by winning the popular support through elections. They will win by getting the support. Now, parties reflect fundamental political divisions in the society. Parties are about to be a part of the society and thus involve partisanship. As we talk about the political parties, once they are formed, they naturally divide the society into different parts. Some people supporters, some people opponents of a particular party. So that is the fundamental political division existing in our society. Thus, a party is known by which part it stands for, which policy it stands for. Support of the interest groups. A political party has mainly three components: the leaders, the members, and the active members in that, followed by followers. Any political party will have three components: the leader, the active members, and the followers. Let us now look at the functions of the political parties. So till now we saw why the political parties are very important. What do they do? Why we need to have political parties? The political parties reflect the fundamental political division in a society. Political parties are known by the part it stands by, the policies it supports, and whose interest it upholds. It contains mainly three components: the leaders, the active members, and the followers. Coming to the functions of the political party. What does a political party do? Basically, the political parties, let us say Congress, BJP, TRS, TDP, any party you take, they fill the political offices and exercise political power. They actually fill the political offices and exercise the political power. Parties do by performing a series of functions. Apart from this, they also perform a series of functions. First one, it contests in the elections. Political parties contest in the elections. In elections, in democracy, if there are no political parties, then there is no point of conducting elections. So, political parties put up their candidates which are supported by the parties. Then parties select their candidates in different ways. In some countries like USA, members and supporters choose its candidates, while in the countries like India, top party leaders choose their candidates for contesting elections. So here in our country, the top leaders of the political party decide who will contest on behalf of the political party in the elections. So parties contest in the elections. That is the first function. Coming to the second function, political parties put forward different policies and programs. So, the political parties come up with certain policies and programs, and voters choose from them. Party A will offer certain policies, similarly, Party B will offer certain programs. So, the voters will decide either Party A or Party B which policies are good for us, and then they choose the party. Each of us have different opinions and views on what policies are suitable for society, but no government can handle such a large variety of views. In a democracy, a large number of similar opinions have to be grouped together to provide a direction in which the policies can be formulated by the government. That is what the parties do. So, we have many people in our society. Each one has different views. In order to have the better view, they group up the majority opinion and they decide the direction where the government can head to. That's what the parties do. A party reduces the vast multitude of opinions into one single opinion or few basic positions which supports a government is expected to do or base its policies on the timeline taken by the ruling party. So, multiple opinions are confined to few basic points on which the political party or the ruling party will take the decision. Political parties also play a major role in making laws. So, formally, laws are debated and passed in the legislature. But since most of the members belong to a party, they go by the direction of the party leadership. The party leadership will decide which policies to be made, irrespective of their personal opinions. The leader of the party's opinion will be carried forward. Coming to the fourth important duty, they form and run the government. As we have voted in the recent years, the big policy decisions are taken by political executives that come from political parties. Parties recruit leaders, train them, and then make them ministers to run the government in the way they want. So, they decide which leaders have to contest on our behalf, then they recruit the leaders, they train them, and they make them as the ministers to run the government in the way they want. Those parties that lose in the elections also play a very crucial role, that is the role of opposition. To the parties in power, by voicing out different views and criticizing the government for its failures or the wrong policies, opposition parties also mobilize opposition to the government and they bring to the notice of the government which areas are missing by the government. The political parties shape public opinion as well. They raise and highlight issues. Parties have lakhs of members and activists spread all over the country. Many of the pressure groups are the extensions of political parties among different sections. So political parties have huge membership. So they mobilize and they shape public opinion. Parties sometimes also launch a movement for the resolution of the problems faced by people. They directly take the issue to the notice of the public. Often, opinions in the society crystallize on the lines parties take. So, mostly the opinions are shaped by political parties. Parties also provide people access to government machinery and welfare. So the government machinery or the welfare schemes that are implemented by the government, for an ordinary citizen, it is very easy to approach a local party leader than a government officer, because the party leaders are very approachable. That's why they feel close to party, even when they do not have fully trust on them. Parties have to be very, very close, responsive to people's needs and demands. Otherwise, people can reject those parties in next election. So basically, what are the main functions of the political party? First, it contests the election. Two, they put forward the policies and the programs the party is planning. Three, they play an important role in lawmaking. Four, parties form and run the government. They also play a role of an opposition party. 6. They shape the public opinion. 7. Parties give access to government machinery and welfare schemes. Now, let us see what is the necessity of a political party. The necessity of the functions in sense of answer is that we need political parties because they perform all the functions, but we still need to ask why modern democracies cannot exist without political parties. We understood the necessity of political parties by imagining a situation without parties. Every candidate in the election will be independent. So no one will be able to make any promises to the people about any major policy change. The government may be formed, but its utility will remain ever uncertain. Elected representatives will be accountable to their constituency for what they do in their locality, but no one will be responsible for how the country will be run. In order to understand the importance and the necessity of political parties, let us imagine a situation where there are no political parties. Only candidates are contesting in the election and winning the election. Now, there arises a fundamental question. Who forms the government? What will be the stands that are taken by the leaders? Because everyone is coming up with their own policy stand. They might be working very well at the local level, but when it comes to the country level, there will not be a uniform policy stand. So we can also think that it might be looking at the non-party based elections to panchayat in many states, but panchayat does not contest formally. It is generally noticed that villages get split into more than one faction. Each of the wards puts up a panel of its candidates. This is exactly what the parties does. They put a number of candidates and they have a policy framework. They have the guidelines, whether the country may be big or small, developed or not developed, old or new. The rise of the political parties is directly linked to the emergence of representative democracy. As we have seen, large societies need representative democracy. As societies become large and complex, it becomes very, very difficult to gather different views on various issues. So they need political parties to get some ways to bring various representatives together so that government could be formed. They need a mechanism to support or restrain the government, make policy, justify or oppose them. The political parties fulfill these needs that every party, every government has. We can say that parties are necessary condition for democracy. So we learned in this part of the video what is the importance of a political party. What are the functions of political party?